Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning I have two guests. I have Jay Flynn with Creating Your Spaces and Bridgeway Interactive. He's VP of Sales. And I have Pat Molyneaux, who is a co-owner of Molyneaux's retail chain in the Pittsburgh area. I wanted to talk about a pilot program that, Jay, you've been working with Pat on. We'll get to that in just a minute. First, though, a little bit on you, Pat. I came to the NFA meeting this fall in Nashville, and you were being rushed and evaluating the NFA, and now you've decided to join the National Floor Covering Alliance, right?
Yeah. So if you remember, Kemp, it was you who, I don't know, maybe two or 3 months ago, I mentioned to you I'm looking for some best practices around operations, and you connected me with one of the NFA members who I had a conference call with to ask questions around governance of installation crews and how do you manage the installation crews and what's the best org structure, et cetera. And that particular NFA dealer mentioned to me, look, why don't you consider NFA if nobody in your market is already in NFA? They invited me to one of their meetings back in September, and I was deeply impressed with that organization. I mean, very impressed. So we decided to join, and they decided to have us join, because the way it works is all 42 members need to agree. If one member disagrees with having you join, you're unable to join. They let us in, so we're really super excited about that opportunity, Ken.
Yeah, I'd like to add, too, that you're the 43rd member in the organization. They haven't added a member since Sterling came in 2.5 years ago. Sterling's on the West Coast in California. So congratulations. And also just a little bit more, you're in Pittsburgh. You have 8 locations. You're a major retail force in that marketplace. And you also are keen on marketing ideas. As a matter of fact, you own the URL, beautifulfloors.com, which I'm sure a lot of people would love to have.
Yeah, well, we weren't that smart. We just kind of got lucky. Somebody had, believe it or not, there was an insurance company that had the Molyneaux name, and we couldn't take that name. This was probably 20 years ago. So that was the second best name we could find. So here we are. Glad we have it.
Yeah. All right, and Jay, you create websites for floor covering retailers. I mean, that's one of your all's roles, and you do a good job. You're actually one of the few that specialize in this area, and probably the biggest that specializes in it that's independent. And you have a lot of other NFA members that you do websites for, right?
Yeah, we work with the last two you mentioned, both Pat as well as Sterling in California, as well as about half of the NFA members. Now, our specialty is those independent flooring dealers that have strong brands, want to drive the traffic to their business.
All right. Now, the reason I want to do this interview is because you guys have been working together. I guess you would call Molyneaux as being your pilot customer on a visualization tool. So tell us about that, if you will.
Yeah, this really is something that our company has been working on for several years, developing a new visualization technology. And when we were looking for a pilot customer, it was really a natural. Pat is forward-thinking from the standpoint of marketing and technology, and always looking to drive new tools and services that his sales team can use and he knows his consumers want to use. So when we were looking for a pilot company for our new Design Now technology, he was the first person that I contacted. Pat has well over 40 salespeople, and in our pilot test, within the first 30 days, he had 41 of the 44 or 45 salespeople we signed up had used this technology tool in their business, meeting with home buyers. That, as we know in the flooring industry, to have that percentage of your sales team engaged in using a technology that quickly is not normal, and it's a testament to Pat and his organization, exactly why we chose them to get started with.
Yeah, Pat, I've talked to you about this before, and you mentioned that that's been one of the challenges is how you get your RSAs to get engaged with this. So tell us more about that.
Well, really, I think it starts with the higher-level vision of what we try to accomplish. So at Molyneaux, our great purpose, our vision is to bring beauty and joy to all that we touch. So whether that's projects, people, community, whatever, we're about creating a flourishing people, flourishing customers, flourishing projects. So we are looking at anything we can do to elevate the consumer experience. And this is, one of many tools we try to use and many different processes that we try to use to elevate the experience. Because I believe that longer term, this is going to be how flooring is sold, a big part of it, 5-10 years out. And I feel like that the independent retailers are really behind the curve compared to where I think the big box players are going to go in this space. I mean, if you look at the stuff that Lumber Liquidators is doing in their visualization tool on their website, I mean, it is incredible. So I feel like we, as independent dealers, need to elevate our game in terms of the customer experience around visualization. So we're trying to make sure we're ahead of the curve.
Let me ask you, if somebody's listening to this and they want to see it, can you actually see this tool on the website, or is it something that the RSA has to connect the consumer to?
So a lot of dealers will probably have it on their website, and that's great. But at Molyneaux, again, because we are about elevating the experience, we really want the salesperson to control that experience and the visualization.
Right.
We want to make that in-home encounter. So most of our business, we may have an initial encounter in the store, but we actually do the selling in the home. So all of our in-store salespeople go out and measure and sell. So we want to elevate that in-home experience, and this is just one more tool to help us do it.
Okay.
So we don't make it available on our website.
All right. Jay, are you going to be able to offer this to other people that want to do it another way, or what's your plans?
Absolutely. We've already started rolling it out. We've got our second dealer live, 3 more that should be live next week, and then we will be building it out from there. And to Pat's point, he's using it with his sales team. There's 2 primary purposes for Design Now, which allows you to take the consumer's room and immediately look at the dealer's specific flooring options in that room. The 2 primary purposes are to create leads, which Pat's not using that piece of it, but then also to close sales, to have that consumer go, okay, I think I like that product. Okay, here's how this product is going to look in your room right now, with your furniture, your paint, etc. So giving them a tool to close the sale is the second primary purpose. And our customers, different customers, will use it in different ways, and we'll support each and every one of them.
Pat, you'd say it's been worth the hours you put into this to get this thing to where it is today?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that typically, within what, Jay, maybe 3 to 5 seconds, 3 to 6 seconds on average, if there's a good internet connection, the images. So in other words, take a picture, and within 3 to 6 seconds, you can see the image in most cases if the internet connection is good. Is that pretty much an accurate assessment?
Exactly. And then as soon as that image is processed, whatever products that each dealer's made available, and we have over 200 brands in our database whose images are able to be visualized, and right now at about 250,000 images. So each dealer will pick and choose the brands and products they want consumers to be able to see from our master database. And as Pat said, within 6 seconds or so, they're picking and choosing products and looking at it in their room.
Okay, guys, again, been talking to Jay Flynn and Pat Molyneaux about creating your space's augmented reality visualization tool called Design Now, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.